love the Eagles as much as we do, then hit that subscribe button and stick with us at Eagles Nest News for all the drama, updates, and hype all season long. The arrival of Tyreek Hill at the Philadelphia Eagles has set the entire NFL world on fire. And it's not just hype. It feels like the moment that could redefine the franchise for years to come. Rumors have been swirling for weeks, whispers in the locker rooms, pundits speculating over trade deals and salary cap gymnastics. But now that it's official, the city of Philadelphia has a new heartbeat. Fans are already imagining the electric plays, the deep connections with Jalen Hurts, and the unmatched speed that Hill brings to the field, creating opportunities defenses can barely comprehend. Analysts are framing this signing as more than just a roster upgrade. They're calling it a seismic shift, an injection of pure adrenaline that could push the Eagles from contenders to near untouchable favorites. Social media is exploding with reactions, memes, debates, and even mild panic among rival teams who suddenly realize that their strategies need rewriting. The energy in Philadelphia is palpable, as if the city itself senses that history is being written, and every conversation from the street corner to the stadium parking lot centers around one question. Can Tyreek Hill truly live up to the hype and become the franchise-defining force everyone hopes he will be? The speculation around Tyreek Hill's impact isn't just focused on his speed or highlight reels. It's about how he will integrate into a team that already is balanced but craves that one game-changing variable. Sources close to the Eagles' front office suggest that the coaching staff has been envisioning plays and formations that exploit Hill's unique abilities, creating mismatches that rival defenses might never anticipate. There's an unspoken excitement, a quiet buzz among players who understand that sharing the field with someone of Hill's caliber elevates everyone's game. Fans are imagining scenarios where he turns routine plays into highlight reel moments, forcing opposing teams into reactive strategies rather than proactive ones. The rumor mill suggests Hill's presence alone could redefine offensive philosophy, transforming the Eagles' style from methodical to explosive in a matter of weeks. Even casual observers are taking notice, discussing the possibility of Hill setting new records, not just for receiving yards or touchdowns, but for changing the dynamics of games on a psychological level. The NFL landscape feels the tremor already, as if defenses everywhere are collectively holding their breath, wondering how to prepare for a player whose speed and unpredictability could render traditional coverage schemes obsolete before the season even begins. Inside the Eagles' locker room, whispers of admiration and anticipation are reportedly circulating, with veterans speculating on how Hill's addition will impact chemistry and morale. According to insiders, Hill is seen not just as a weapon on the field, but as a personality that could invigorate a team eager for a spark. Coaches are rumored to be plotting routes and offensive sets tailored specifically to maximize Hill's strengths, balancing risk and reward with surgical precision. Analysts suggest that Hill's arrival might force opponents to rethink every defensive assignment, potentially leaving other Eagles players with more freedom and space to operate. Fan forums and social media pages are overflowing with excitement, some drawing comparisons to historic NFL signings, while others cautiously temper their enthusiasm with wait-and-see attitudes. Even so, the general sentiment seems to lean toward uncontainable optimism, as though the city has collectively decided that Tyreek Hill represents a new dawn for Eagles football. The buzz has permeated media coverage nationwide, with commentators debating whether this signing is merely a headline or the foundational move that propels Philadelphia into championship contention. The narrative surrounding Tyreek Hill's signing is fueled not only by his past performance, but also by the mystique of what he could accomplish in a system designed to amplify his strengths. Rumors suggest that internal discussions within the Eagles' coaching staff focus on crafting plays that exploit Hill's agility and field vision, turning ordinary snaps into moments of chaos for defenders. Observers point to the chemistry he could develop with Jalen Hurts, imagining explosive connections that stretch defenses thin, creating opportunities in both passing and rushing games. Beyond the field, Hill's reputation as a charismatic and determined athlete is said to inspire teammates, fostering competitiveness that could elevate overall performance. Conversations around town hint at an almost mythic narrative being written, a player whose speed and skill could become symbolic of a franchise on the rise. Even rival fans acknowledge the potential shakeup, debating in sports bars and online threads whether any defensive line or secondary unit could consistently contain someone with Hill's capabilities. The overarching sentiment paints Hill not just as a new addition, but as a strategic catalyst capable of altering the perception and performance of the Eagles as a whole. Speculation continues to mount over the financial and strategic implications of Tyreek Hill joining Philadelphia, with insiders hinting at clever salary cap maneuvers and long-term contract planning designed to lock him in while still building around other key players. Analysts are suggesting that this signing might influence draft strategies, free agent acquisitions, and even coaching decisions in the seasons to come. Fans are engaging in animated debates, projecting scenarios where Hill becomes the face of a dynasty, someone who not only delivers stats, but embodies the spirit of an ambitious, hungry team. The rumors are detailed, imagining how Hill could transform situational play calling, create mismatches on third downs, and stretch defenses across the field in ways that were previously unimaginable. Even the most skeptical commentators are struggling to downplay the sheer potential impact, noting that Hill's speed, versatility, and football IQ make him a nightmare matchup week after week. Philadelphia buzzes with energy and expectation, as if the city itself has acknowledged that this is no ordinary acquisition. It is a move that could echo in NFL history, setting the stage for an era defined by excitement, unpredictability, and the raw spectacle of Tyreek Hill's game-changing abilities. Outside the stadium, the ripple effects of Tyreek Hill's signing are already visible, with merchandise flying off shelves, social media accounts exploding with content, and fans planning trips to see what many are calling the Tyreek era. Sports journalists are digging into past performances, dissecting metrics that highlight his explosive plays, breakaway speed, and ability to turn ordinary receptions into highlight reel touchdowns. Analysts speculate that Hill's influence extends beyond the field, impacting team culture, fan engagement, and even citywide pride. Rumors suggest that his work ethic and competitive drive are already pushing teammates to elevate their game in practice and preparation. The narrative has reached a fever pitch, with stories circulating of potential record-breaking seasons and unforgettable playoff performances. Even casual fans are getting swept up in the excitement, imagining every game as a potential showcase of Hill's abilities. What started as a whisper in insider circles has erupted into a full-blown conversation nationwide, and Philadelphia feels the weight of expectation and possibility, as if every play, every catch, and every touchdown will be scrutinized through the lens of history. This is not just a signing. It is a statement, a declaration that the Eagles are aiming higher than ever before, with Tyreek Hill leading the charge into uncharted territory of NFL spectacle and dominance. The buzz surrounding Tyreek Hill has only intensified as training camp approaches, with insiders claiming that his presence is transforming every practice session into a spectacle of speed, skill, and strategic creativity. Rumors from sources close to the team suggest that coaches are designing specialized drills to optimize Hill's explosiveness while simultaneously challenging other players to step up and match his energy. Analysts speculate that his arrival could reshape not only offensive schemes, but also defensive game planning, forcing opponents to reconsider personnel packages and coverage strategies weeks in advance. Fans have taken to social media to theorize endlessly about how Hill might interact with the rest of the roster, envisioning scenarios where his ability to stretch the field opens up unprecedented opportunities for running backs, tight ends, and even lesser-known receivers. Conversations in local sports bars hint at a citywide sense of anticipation that borders on electric, as if Philadelphia collectively feels that this is not merely a signing, but the birth of a new era in Eagles history. Even rival teams are reportedly scrambling internally, debating how to counteract Hill's unique combination of speed, agility, and field awareness, acknowledging that conventional defensive strategies may no longer suffice against a player capable of altering the game with a single play. Rumors also suggest that Tyreek Hill's impact extends far beyond the X's and O's, influencing locker room culture and leadership dynamics in ways that could be subtle yet profoundly meaningful. Sources indicate that Hill's competitive drive and relentless work ethic are inspiring teammates to elevate their preparation, pushing veterans and younger players alike to refine techniques, conditioning, and mental readiness. Analysts speculate that Hill's presence could create a ripple effect, where every practice, walkthrough, and game plan is scrutinized through the lens of what it might mean against defenses aware that one misstep could be exploited by a player of Hill's caliber. Fans are reportedly debating endlessly about the psychological pressure Hill places on opposing teams, imagining cornerbacks hesitating, safeties overcommitting, and defensive coordinators sweating over adjustments mid-game. Social media chatter is filled with hypothetical matchups, fantasy league implications, and statistical projections, all centered around one undeniable truth. Hill's combination of speed, vision, and playmaking potential could make every defensive strategy in the league obsolete if not carefully countered. The conversation isn't just about football anymore. It's about momentum, confidence, and the symbolic weight of a franchise-defining acquisition that could echo for decades. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Insiders are speculating that Hill's arrival has prompted a shift in Philadelphia's strategic mindset, as coaches reportedly brainstorm not only new play designs, but entire game philosophies built around exploiting his unique talents. Rumors hint at elaborate route trees, jet sweeps, and motion schemes specifically crafted to create space and leverage his unmatched acceleration. Analysts suggest that Hill's presence might force opponents to dedicate multiple defenders to shadow him, inadvertently creating mismatches elsewhere on the field that the Eagles could exploit. Fan forums are overflowing with theories about how his integration with Jalen Hurts could lead to previously unimaginable offensive versatility, from deep vertical threats to intricate short yardage schemes that keep defenses guessing. Conversations among sports journalists revolve around the narrative potential, the highlight reel effect that Hill brings, and how his skill set could become a cultural phenomenon within the franchise. Even casual observers are caught up in the hype, visualizing every catch, touchdown, and game-changing play as part of an unfolding saga that cements Hill not just as a player, but as a transformative force capable of redefining expectations, records, and the very identity of Philadelphia Eagles football. Speculation continues to swirl about how Tyreek Hill might influence long-term roster construction, with rumors suggesting that management is already envisioning supporting acquisitions, draft strategies, and cap management designed to complement his dynamic style. Analysts indicate that his signing might alter the team's approach to free agency, pushing for players capable of stretching defenses, contributing in multiple facets, and maximizing Hill's impact. Fans are reportedly engaged in elaborate debates about potential breakout stars, sleeper options, and complementary pieces who could thrive alongside Hill's explosive presence. Social media is awash with mock game plans, simulations, and projections, often highlighting Hill as the central pivot around which every Eagles offensive strategy revolves. Conversations hint at a belief that Hill's influence could extend beyond statistics, shaping team identity, culture, and morale, creating a climate of expectation and possibility unmatched in recent franchise history. The rumor mill even touches on psychological factors, with Hill's speed and field awareness said to intimidate defenders preemptively, forcing them into mistakes and creating advantages that ripple across every snap, every drive, and potentially every season to come. The excitement surrounding Hill has also infiltrated the media narrative, with talk shows, podcasts, and online channels dissecting every angle of the acquisition, generating what insiders describe as an echo chamber of anticipation that feeds back into fan energy. Rumors suggest that every interview, Every workout snippet and every preseason appearance will be analyzed for signs of chemistry, confidence, and potential game-breaking tendencies. Analysts speculate that Hill's signing could even influence league-wide trends, as other franchises consider similar explosive acquisition strategies to replicate Philadelphia's potential success. Fans are reportedly engaged in fervent speculation about how Hill could influence key games, playoff scenarios, and rivalries, imagining every matchup as a potential statement game for both player and franchise. Discussions even extend to metrics, fantasy projections, and advanced analytics, with Hill consistently appearing as a central figure in predictive models and statistical breakdowns. The overarching narrative paints Hill as not merely a new addition, but a disruptive force capable of reshaping football discussions, social media trends, and citywide pride, creating a momentum machine that could carry the Eagles to unprecedented heights. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.